So, you've been on the couch for an hour. Your dinner is still on the table, half eaten, your phone is at 12%, brain is at 2%. And you tell yourself that you actually do something tonight. Maybe hit the gym, read a little, or maybe call your mom. But instead, you're here watching another video about how to stop wasting your evenings. Well, same. That used to be me. Pretty much like every single weekday. So then I realized that there were actually a few traps that I kept falling into, and once I spotted them, things just started to shift. I'm not saying that I've got it all figured out, but these are the small changes that actually helped, and I hope they can help you as well. So the first trap is expecting full brain power after work. Well, this was my biggest blind spot, because I used to think that, well, the evening is free, so I should probably do something productive. So I'd make plans like maybe I'll study some French or edit some photos, or maybe I'll call my mom, whatever it is. You see, I had all the motivation and absolutely none of the energy. The truth is, after a full day's work, my brain had already clocked out. It already clocked out at 6 p.m. and yet there I was, trying to write code at 9 p.m. with a brain that could barely even tell the difference between two types of yogurts. So I stopped fighting it. Instead, I just started doing something that is very simple. It's called the recovery block. Well, it's not my invention, but I found it on the internet and it helps. So right after work, I would do some simple, low effort stuff that actually feels good, like cooking without rushing, or cleaning with a chill playlist on, or walking in a park for like half an hour just to relax. So there's no expectation and no pressure. I used to think it was such a waste of time, but now I just treat it like emotional digestion. And what's funny is that after 30 minutes of doing nothing, I actually feel more relaxed, and I feel more, at least, like not dead anymore. Now, the second trap is too many options and zero action. Well, you know this one. I'd sit down and think, should I go to the gym? Maybe I'll edit some photos. Or actually, let me call my mom. Or my girlfriend. Right, I don't have one. But anyways, that's what I think at 9 p.m. on a Tuesday. So most nights, I just pace around and maybe open Instagram, scroll a few reels, or wipe the counter for no reason, open the fridge, stare for a bit, and close the fridge. Then I'd end up on a couch watching some productivity videos like 3 traps that kill your evenings. So what helped? Well, I just made things stupid simple. I called it the evening menu. So basically, I gave myself 3 easy options. Something light for learning, like French or podcasts, and something creative, maybe journaling or photo editing, or just a reset, like meditating or walking down the street. And if none of them feels right, I'll rest. No guilt. So the whole point here is to make the decision easy. So no more standing there like scrolling on Netflix, just 3 options, and then I actually do something. And honestly, this one habit alone already made my evening feels way better. Now the third trap is judging myself for unproductive evenings. Even if I did do something, like I journal a bit, clean, or reply to people, I still feel like I failed because sometimes I just feel like it wasn't productive enough. So now I've made up this dumb little rule called the 30% rule, which means that if I have 30% of the things that I planned done, then that's a win. Sometimes I do more, sometimes I just do enough, and some other days I do nothing, and that's still fine. I also stopped doing anything that needs real focus, like no big planning, no editing. Nothing like, let me just open my laptop kind of a mindset or an action. And I just keep it light. Maybe I'll tidy up a bit and prepare the clothes for tomorrow. Or maybe I'll even reply to Brian. Brian's the friend who sends me like 6 memes per night, but he's a good friend. So yeah, no more pressure anymore. I just go with whatever energy I have left. So here's what I learned. Evening feels wasted not because we do nothing, but because we expect too much. We expect to be focused, we expect to be productive, we expect to turn into a second version of ourselves after work. But that version doesn't exist. He went home. He's sitting on a couch watching Netflix and chilling. And once I accept that, I started building routines that actually match my real energy. So no more fantasy version of it. And honestly, that changed everything. Well, at least most of it. So, if this helped you, drop a like or a comment, and if you want more videos like this, consider subscribing to my channel. My name's Wen Tao, and I'll see you guys in the next one.